Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Henry Purcell, and I had the good fortune to make music in London during the Baroque era. I lived my entire life in this city. Its churches, theatres and royal chapels were my world, and the sounds of its streets, bells and voices found their way into my music. I was born in 1659, in the shadow of the English Civil War and the Restoration. From an early age, my path was shaped by the great musical institutions of this city. I served as a boy in the Chapel Royal, where I was immersed in the sounds of English church music. There I learned under men like John Blow, who was both my teacher and my friend. He later stepped aside from his post at Westminster Abbey so that I might succeed him as organist, a gesture of generosity I never forgot. My life was bound to the organ and the voice. At Westminster Abbey and the Chapel Royal, I wrote anthems, services and odes for kings and queens, music to celebrate coronations, birthdays and victories. I was deeply devoted to the English language and to the art of declamation. I wanted every word to carry weight, every note to serve the meaning of the text. But I was equally drawn to the theatre. London's playhouses were alive with drama, poetry and spectacle, and I found great joy in writing for the stage. I composed songs and incidental music for many plays, blending the clarity of English song with the expressive gestures I admired in Italian and French music. From across the Channel, I listened, through scores and stories, to the likes of Lully in France and Corelli in Italy, and I sought to infuse English music with that same vitality while keeping its own character. Among my works, many of you may know Dido and Aeneas. Though it is a small opera, I poured into it my love of drama and melody. Dido's final lament, "When I am laid in earth," is built over a repeating bass line, a simple pattern that allowed the voice to rise in ever more poignant phrases. I wanted the music to sound inevitable, as if grief itself were walking step by step towards silence. I did not live a long life. Illness took me in the year 1695, here in London, and I was laid to rest in Westminster Abbey, beneath the stones I once walked as an organist. But in the time that I had, I tried to give English music a voice that was truly its own, rooted in our church and our language, yet open to the colours and passions of the wider European world. If my music still speaks to you today, whether in the grandeur of a royal ode, the intimacy of a song, or the quiet sorrow of a lament, then I am grateful. For it means that the sounds of my London, my faith and my imagination have found an echo in your hearts centuries later. Thank you for listening.